Hey everyone, and welcome back to our Cities Skylines After Dark Let's Play. Episode 4 today, and just looking at our high school there, everyone's obviously super keen, super dedicated, out there studying during the middle of the night. So, good on them. And with a little hippie car down there. Cool, so this episode, what are we going to do? What are our priorities? So we've got this is our sort of zoning structure if you're new to the series or anything. So we've got our forestry industry set up over here. Did we fix the zone? No, we didn't. So I'm actually going to fix that actually because we now have the wrong type of industry. So that's the first thing we're going to do. So we're going to fix all this like that. So there we go. So that's good. So this is our forestry industry over here. So I've set up all our forestry. Got our commercial, sort of our big shopping strip right through the middle, and then we're building out our residential out from there. So that's sort of what we're going to do. We're going to keep going along with that plan. Residential's coming back up, so I think we're going to build our 1, 2, 3, 4th, 5th ring expansion out through there. Then we can hook up some roads and pedestrian paths and stuff like that, so it'll be good. So that's what we're going to start with now. Take off the snap, put on the free tool. This is actually going to be another pedestrian like horizontal expansion, so I'm going to leave more room for this one. So we're going to do it like this, probably through there like that. Just have enough room so we can put a pedestrian path through to there like that. And we're going to build out from here. Yeah, like that, and through to there. We're going to leave this bit here and actually build our pedestrian path up around the back of there. Back of the cemetery, and then build this one through here into, I think there, it's better. So like that, and then the last one, come around like here, and around there, and like that. Finally, finish up down there like that. So there we go. So that's fairly symmetrical, fairly looking good. So, what we're going to do, do we need some more water? Yes we do, so we're going to run another water pipe line out through here like this, up there, and continue it around to here and there like that. Awesome. So, we're going to put down some more residential. So, we're going to residential zone all of this through here. So you obviously see that the longer these roads get, the more sort of longer these arms get as well, or the further out we come, the longer these arms get. So that's something to sort of keep into consideration that we have to sort of think about. We are going to actually zone all this at the moment. We can fix it up later. We're going to keep this little bit free here so we can put our pedestrian path through. And actually, now that I think about it, we're actually going to de-zone this up until there so we can fit our pedestrian path through there. We'll zone this to there, just take out that a little bit, and all through here to there, and there like that, take out that, and then all the way around here, and zone up all of that. So there we go. So run this for a little bit. When we get some houses in here, we'll fix up our power lines. And we're out of power, are we? No, so we must have stuffed up our power lines there, so we're going to build those over there for the moment. So there we go, that's much better, so that's good. So, everything is going quite well, so definitely building up the population quite quickly. Traffic is actually working better than I thought, obviously very busy at this intersection here and this road with our forestry. We can look at doing something with this a little bit later. So can we buy another tile? So we can. So I don't think it's worth buying this one yet, because all we're going to basically use it for is to hook up to here. I think we're probably better off buying this one next so we can start putting down some advanced wind turbines. I think that's probably the go, although maybe we're going to need to buy this one so we can expand our forestry out. Not really quite sure. Don't really need to buy anything yet, so we're just going to leave that for the moment and sort of just run with it. Go back down to our power, and we can't expand out there, that's okay. Keep the speed going, so you've got 38,000, 4,000 income as well, so that is good. So money isn't really too much of a problem at the moment, which is nice. So all of our services, this is what I've got set up at the moment, which is quite good. I haven't got quite enough to put down a new police station, or police headquarters, but we will do that relatively soon. Let's get rid of that one. And what we're actually going to do now, just bump it down to this, we are going to extend our pedestrian paths. So what we're going to do, come in here, like this, bring this one, oops, turn off the, I think we'll just probably use this, yep, that's better. So to there, and then right across the road as close to it as we can get, like that. Come across here, and extend this one. That, and right across the road there. Then this one as well. To there, and to there. Cool, so now what we're going to do, we're going to come out here. Bring it out and then come down, and then we can put it down to there like that. And do the same in all these areas. So bring it out and then down, and then where can we put it? I think we're a little bit too narrow there, so we can come out there and then down, and that's better. So we can put it right there. And then finally this one, so we'll come out from there. And there. Cool. So there we go. So that is quite good. We are also, while we're here, we might as well build our path through to there, like that. And then through to there. And then use the free tool. We can come around here. So we can start there and then build it, bring it around there. And then to there. Around the back of the cemetery and back through to there. So there we go, and that hooks up to the park and stuff there as well. So that is quite good. Probably going to leave these ones through here, just because these ones, the one we've already got, aren't getting as much use. So we'll leave that and just do the two central ones for the moment. So we'll come through here and just to there, and then bring it all the way through. That to there, and then just along the edge of the basketball court like that. So there we go. I think that works quite well, and hopefully the pedestrian lanes or lines are working out really well. Quite a few people using them, which is pleasing. Like I sort of said in the last episode, it's definitely going to increase the further we get, or the closer we get to the commercial district. So like you already see, like a lot of people using these roads to actually get to the shops. So all these people are coming in, actually going to the shops and stuff. So click on that person, go into the general store. Yeah, so they're already walking there from their houses. So if we give them an easier and quicker way to do it without having to cross the roads, it's going to be good for them. It's going to be good for us because it means that the cars won't have to stop to actually wait for them. So it looks like we're out of water, are we? Yes. So our budget is at 100%, I think. Yep. So what we're going to do, we are going to put down another water pump. So we're going to put one right next to where we had the others, or the other, I should say, the other singular one. So there we go. So that should give us a stack more water, and now we're going to need a sewage pipe as well. So you can put that one right there like that, and that should give us, if it's connected, I think it is. Just bump up the speed a bit. There we go. So that's a bunch more capacity for there. And not that we probably really need to. We are just going to drop this down probably just to 70% for our water and sewage, just to save ourselves slightly more money. Also almost out of power, so we can put down another wind turbine. So noise doesn't here, so noise doesn't matter for this area. So noise pollution for our forestry and stuff, they don't care, which is good. So it's quite good, coming up quite well. So water, so that's all fine. So that should fix itself quite quickly. Should we lowered it too much? Oops. So put it back up to 85. And like that. And that should be fine now. So there we go. So that's fine. So it'll sort itself out. Good. Cool. So abandoned building down here. Not really quite sure why. It should be fine. So we have much. So we've actually got a little bit of extra commercial zone. So there's a bit of demand coming up. So these areas should actually build in quite quickly. Although I suppose people can't get out of there, so we have to do what we did last time and come around there like that. So those are temporary, so we'll just sort of get rid of those later, but just so these commercial areas can build in properly. So people can actually get to the businesses. You may as well actually sort of just zone all this as well. Zone a bunch through here, probably to there. Like so, and do the same over here. To there. Well, we probably actually shouldn't have these, should we? Because we're going to put our pedestrian paths through. So we'll D-zone all of that there. Cool. So that's good. So residential's coming back up again, so demand. So we do have a little bit of extra capacity, but we may start filling in all these areas along here that we zoned up before. We can actually sort of fill into there. Bit of a gap there, and around to there, like that. Bit of a gap, and around, fill in that, and all the way around here. That, make sure we filled it all in, which is good. So there we go. So that's our housing district, going really quite well, so which is nice. Gonna get rid of these, and where can we bring our power lines in? I think I'm actually going to come in there, and then come into here. Just a bit shorter, and this, obviously the closer we get to here, this will actually hook up and be in the same sort of energy grid, so that'll be fine. So that's what we're going to do there. So industrial is coming back up, so they must have fleshed out all of this, what we set up for them here, so they have, so that's fine. How's traffic looking? So very busy through here, which is, it's okay, it's moving, it's not gridlocked. Getting very busy through here though, so I'm thinking we may need to do something about that. It's almost worth actually buying this tile, this one here, because then we can actually come in and hook up straight into the highway, which is going to pretty much fix that problem. So we might leave it for a little bit while longer, but it definitely is sort of causing some issues there. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be our option, because in our next expansion milestone we actually do get another area, so I think that's probably not going to hurt our plans too much. I think we probably haven't got a whole lot of choice. So our landfill is getting quite full, so we're going to need another one of those soon, so we might actually just put that down now while we're here. Down there. Also got to think that the garbage trucks wouldn't be helping this, so there'll be quite a few garbage trucks coming in and out of there. Alright, so industrial demand is coming up, so we're going to keep expanding our forestry. So we come up the coast to there, and I think we'll bring in just some entrances up through here like this. And up through here. And we've got a connection there, so we may sort of just run through connections to there and to there. There we go. And we can zone all of this as industrial, so we're just going to use all that and zone all that. There we go. That's good. And check out water. Pipes up to the edge, so we're coming up to the edge of our territory, or our area that we can build in. So I definitely think that I suppose we can expand over here, so we don't really need to buy this tile. We can actually sort of expand our forestry out into that area, because this is all very thick forest through here, so which is good, so it'll be very productive. So I think that given we've got 86,000, what we're going to do first actually is find our services down here. That's our medical clinic, that's our police station. We are going to get rid of our police station. I don't think we're going to be able to fit in a police HQ there. No, we're not. Can we? Yeah, that will there. Will it? Is that not just going to destroy something, is it? No? I think. I hope not. There we go. Yeah, so that's the case. That didn't fit in really well, which is nice. So we've got our police station there as well, so that's cool. So we've got upgraded police as well, so we look at that. So really good coverage all over the area. Really low crime rate, 5%. Fire safety, so it's definitely come down a lot. Health is only 66%, so obviously I think we're going to look at putting in a hospital as well, but that is quite expensive. We can't afford it right now. That's another 65,000. But so far, so good. So 6,000 population, which is good. Alright, what we're going to do, we are going to bite the bullet and buy this tile here. which means we could have bought this one here and come straight out, but I think this is better because this gives us a few more options. We can actually build out this way as well, and we can actually sort of expand out our main city as well as doing this, so sort of kill two birds with one stone, which is what we're sort of, you know, aiming for and kind of stuff. So what we can do, we are actually going to get rid of this road from there. That, which means we've just got these garbage trucks and stuff coming in there, so none of these will come through. We've only got a 2-lane setup at the moment. I'm almost tempted to build a highway into there. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I think what we'll do is we'll leave it for the moment. We'll set up our intersection. So we'll jump in here to our intersection. I'm just going to use a 3-way intersection, so it's pretty standard, but works quite well. We're going to slope to steep. Oh my god, I couldn't say that, that's terrible. Slope to steep. That's not good. So where can we put it anywhere here? Surely we can put it somewhere. Okay, well that's some of our... How steep is that? That's not steep at all, is it? I suppose it is quite steep really, isn't it? Okay, that's going to be a problem. What can we do? What can we do? Okay. Thinking. That is rather unfortunate. We can't put in any other... Oh, we actually can put a clover leaf in, which is not quite as good, but given that we can't really do anything, can we actually move this along a bit? Can we sort of fit one in over here? Oh, we can. We can fit one there. Okay, so that's quite good. That's going to save us. Cool. So we can fit one just there. So we're going to set that up right there. Phew, that is lucky. Cool. So then we grab our highways, and so left is coming there like that, and then coming the other way, it comes up to there like that, and we're going to hook up here to here, and then here to there like that. Phew, so that's good. Then we're going to run our... Going to stick with our 2-lane for the moment. So we're going to run it to there, that, and then bring it around to there. Go to our highways and bring those in to there. Oops, to there. And then from here to there and straight up to there. So there we go. So I think that's going to be quite a lot better. We will monitor this for a little while, see how it goes. Should make this intersection infinitely better, so we're not going to have sort of a lot of trucks and stuff coming in there. We're just going to have our garbage trucks and such. And yeah, so that should be good. So that should support a fair bit of extra capacity, so which is nice. Oops, we didn't zone this in again, so we've had the wrong industrial stuff building in. It's the second time I've done that, guys. We're on the ball a little bit more, so zone all that into our district, and there we go, so that's good. Cool. Nice, that's working well. So this is flowing quite well now. So it is obviously very busy, but I mean, sometimes with the traffic, like, people sort of panic, and I actually did it in our other Let's Play, sort of, because it was red, a certain section of the city was red, I sort of actually went in and changed it when it wasn't necessary. It's actually flowing really well, so if it's flowing, I think that's sort of really all that matters. So all the colour indicates is density. So if it's flowing, well, that's all that matters. It's still flowing, so that's good. It's still flowing at full speed, so that's completely fine. Coming down on electricity, so we're going to put down another wind turbine. So along here, right there. Cool. So everything's going really well. 5,500 in income, which is quite good. Quite a lot of money there, so it's really quite nice. What we're going to do now is we're going to district some of our areas, or set up districts in some of our areas. So we're actually going to just follow the road along here, and then along there, and then back down here. There we go, nice setup district. So we're going to call this our CBD. It's going to be really boring, we'll come up with a different name later. I'm just going to call it the CBD, Central Business District. Then we're going to set up our district all the way up around here. There we go. So, it's not going to be Evergreen Square. Should I go with the name I'm thinking of? No one can really tell because we're not on a live stream. What can we call this area? Okay. There we go. So that's going to be Sperm Crater. Surely I'm not the only one that thinks that. I mean, honestly, can't really get much more textbook than that. So there we are. So we have Sperm Crater, which is our residential area. We have our CBD and then our Lost Forest industrial sector set up over there. I'm going to set up a few policies. So first thing we're going to do is parks and recreations. This just increases the effectiveness of our leisure areas like parks and plazas, and just makes the land value a little bit better. We're also going to set up recreational drug use. So that means slightly increased tax income, increased tourism, slightly reduced crime rate, but increases police budget, which is fine. We don't mind that. City planning. We're actually going to enact heavy traffic ban. Not that we really have any heavy traffic through here, but just in case, and also encourage biking. Which, you know, we don't really have any dedicated bike lanes set up. We do have pedestrian areas that people can actually bike on, so that's fine. So anything that gets the cars off the road, basically. It's going to be a big aim of our Let's Play in this series. So all the traffic's flowing through here, really quite nice. We could sort of bring a highway into here, but I don't think it's really worth it. I think we're probably just going to leave it as it is. For our CBD, can we set up any policies? None of those, and no services. No, we can't put any taxation in yet, and any sort of business benefits or anything like that. So we won't worry too much about that at the moment. We'll just leave it as is. There's a lot more residential demand coming up, so we're going to expand out again, aren't we? Another ring of roads. Right, so that's good. So building up quite quickly, which is nice. So I'm going to set up that. There. So we don't need any sort of really any gap between this one, so we'll set this one up quite close to the one before it, and sort of go to there. And we'll come from here, out to there, and around to there. And then out from there to there. And finally, we'll come out there, and around, like that. Water is set up still, which is really good. And we're going to start zoning in a whole bunch more residential all the way through here. So we can zone into there and leave a bit of a gap there and zone all this in like that, and a gap again, zone all that in, and a gap, and zone all of this back in. So there we go. So we'll get the game running. Get some more houses built in, and we can fix our power lines, which we can do now. Get rid of those, put in some temporary ones just there. So almost hooked up, which is really, really good. So I think what we're going to do before we go any further is actually put on the snap and the straight line. And what we're going to do, we're going to build out from here to there, and go to there, and there, and there, and to there, and then straight across. And we're going to fill up all of this inside. So basically behind our existing ones is going to be commercial. We're going to have a gap here, on the other side of the road, and we're going to put some trees and stuff through there, just as a bit of a gap between, a bit of a barrier between the noise pollution, which obviously commercial does generate. So we're going to fit another ring through here, but I think through the middle here we may just leave it. We'll be able to fill in some houses, some residential through there, and then that'll be fine, and put another ring around there. So we're almost actually finished our big crater ring there. So power should be hooked up. Why is it not hooked up? Oh, we're missing there. So we'll come to there instead. There we go. That's better. Let's fix that. So you need some more power soon. Water's okay. We may sort of just bump that up to back to 100 so we don't sort of forget about it later on. 25-minute episode at the moment, so we'll run to about the 30, 31, 32 mark, which is good. So this is growing quite quickly, which is nice. So we're going to bump down the speed again and fix up our pedestrian lines here. So we're going to come through to there, just put on our straight line tool. And what on earth happened there? There we go. And to there like that. We're across to here. That and that's to here and there, and then to there. Then we're going to do what we've done before and bring it down into there, and from here out and down into there, and last one out from there down and there. Cool. So there we go. So there's another lot of our pedestrian lines set up. They're not uber super pretty at the moment. I mean, it doesn't look too bad, I guess. But once we go, like I sort of mentioned in the, I think it was the first episode, once this is all high density residential, I think we're going to convert the whole lot of it. I probably don't really see the point in not doing it, even the ones around the water. You won't notice these, so they'll be sort of lost in the building, so that's sort of why it's good to get it set up now. So there we go. So bump up the speed a little bit, gets things going. Quite a few people using the residential and stuff, which is nice. So that's quite good. Quite happy with that. So night's kicking in, which is good. Need some more power again. So there we go. So a whole bunch of wind turbines. I actually don't mind. Like, I know in real life a lot of people hate sort of wind farms. I don't actually mind them. I think they look too bad, really. Could be worse anyway. Better than like a coal power plant or something pumping out pollution and rubbish into the air. So what are we going to do? I'm going to look at just a bunch of our services, just probably to finish this episode off. So water and power is now fine. Garbage is okay as well. Education. I think we're going to need to put down, I think we're actually going to put down 2 elementary schools. I think we'll put one down over here and another over here. Because when we expand out, we're going to need the extra capacity. So that's what we're going to do now. So we've got a fair bit of money, so we can put down a couple at least. So where's the best place to put it? Maybe on this ring out here. Maybe there. Put that one there, and then we can put this one out. There. So there we go. So once they hook up, that should fix. Yep. So a lot of our coverage issues have been fixed there, which is good. So I haven't got a huge amount of money. We're going to need another high school soon, but not quite yet. So we sort of do have adequate capacity. It's not amazing, but it's not sort of disastrous either. I haven't got a university yet either. So medical is okay. We really need sort of a hospital quite soon. It's not too, I mean 65 cents is pretty good, so we've got fairly good coverage. We're just going to replace our medical centre, get rid of that, and sort of have to demolish a house and then put a hospital right there. Should cover most of this area, so the hospitals have quite a big reach. Housing levels, a lot of housing coming up to sort of level 3 and stuff, which is really nice. So look at land value, so definitely some nice land value through here, which is really cool. So This is definitely going to keep increasing, getting better. Might put some leisure things right in the middle here, down here, and that'll increase the land value in there even more. Traffic is really good, sort of as we've talked about. It's all moving well, which is really all that matters at the moment. Noise pollution's okay. Once we get some money, after we maybe get a hospital, we may upgrade a lot of our roads to like the tree-lined ones, which reduces a lot of the noise pollution, and we'll eliminate it all in our residential here completely, and sort of reduce it down in our CBD as well. Fire is pretty good, 32%. Hazard, only 5% crime rate, which is fantastic. No public transport, and leisure's okay apart from the sort of this front area, which we will fix up later on. So we're doing quite well. Everything is going really quite well. So 6,500 population. And we're at 30.5 minutes. So I think we're going to put another cut in here, guys. Hope you're enjoying this series. If you've got any thoughts about where we should go, what we should do, I will obviously try and incorporate them in if I see them early enough. So if anyone sort of suggests something, don't be offended if it doesn't come into effect for a few episodes, because I usually sort of film a bunch of them in bulk, so I don't really sort of see comments until later. So we're just going to zoom into our cemetery, which is cool. So how much is that in our cemetery? So only 8 out of 3,000, that's nothing. So no one's dying in our city, which is nice. So we're going to get, I can already tell, we're going to get like a big death epidemic at some stage, and like we'll lose like 1,000 population. That's okay, we can deal with that. Cool. Alright, I'm going to put a cut in here, guys. Hope you're enjoying the series, and of course, if you like the series and the episode we've got here, it would be amazing if you could subscribe to the channel and also like the video. Hope you've all had an amazing day, and I'll see you all soon for the next episode.